Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we're going to talk about today to start your day off right is watching the Democrats utilizing gun control to eat their own. They cannot have it both ways. What's happening right now in this story is going to boggle your mind. They are killing gun control bills because they include prison sentences for stealing firearms. Guys, you can't make this up because the Democrats just killed it. Everything will be linked in the description box below. I encourage you to check it out because I always bring receipts. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And thank you for that consideration. And guys, spring is right around the corner, and whatever you're going to do this spring outdoors, whether it's hiking, fishing, you just want to go hang out and picnic, Sportsman Guide is the place to go to get all the things that you need just for that. They've got all the heaviest brands. They've got Vortex, Iris Setter, Nomad. They've got everything that you'll need for your outdoor adventures. The bottom line is, if it's happening outdoors, you can get it at Sportsman Guide, and thank you so much to them for making this content possible, and check them out. All right, people. This stuff right here was brought to me by Katie, our sister channel, Stone Second Sense. She found this, she did original videos on this, and she broke this. If you have not had an opportunity to check out her channel, I'll link it right down there in the description. She is doing phenomenal work. Her channel is growing hand over fist, and I would love for you guys to check it out. She is finding her stride, and I am so proud to have her along this gun rights fight with us. But like I said, it's right down there in the description if you'd at least check it out. But here's what she found and sent me, and it made my smile go ear to ear. Colorado Democrats' attempt to reduce gun violence is colliding with their criminal justice reform ethos. Now, this stacks on something crucial we've talked about for 3 years now. The left does not have a platform that works together. It does not synchronize in the common direction. For example, everything's organized in pillars. Gun control. If we could only save one life, it's worth infringing on all your rights. Abortion. That's a woman and her doctor. Don't you dare go near that. That's rights and protected. They can't stand together. When you have a conversation about two of their political platform points, they don't work. I mean, there's multiple examples, but here's a good one. Here's a good one right here. So this is just a high level. This is just a little nougat from this article. The failure of House Bill 1162 means it remains a lesser offense to steal a gun valued at less than $300 than to improperly store a gun. So Democrats have full control of the Colorado legislature and the governorship, and they've been doing gun bills like crazy. They actually left it at a bigger crime, or not a bigger crime, a bigger fine in response to a violation of the code to improperly store a gun than to steal one. Okay, don't believe me? Let's go. Let me show you what they just did, because Democrats just killed this. Check this out. Getting gun rights and pro-gun regulation groups on the same page, that's unheard of. So when a bill was introduced in the legislature this year to increase penalties for stealing guns, that brought those groups together, and it seemed like a slam dunk. But the measure, House Bill 1162, was rejected in the House Judiciary Committee last week in a collision of two priorities for the Democratic majority at the Capitol: its desire to curb gun violence and its push to reduce the number of people being sent to prison. The Democrats in control of the Judicial Committee just killed a bill that would increase penalties for stealing a gun, and it would actually make it a felony. The Democrats killed it because they didn't want to put more people in prison. At the same time, progressive DAs are letting people out of prison. How much more can we explain this to people who are not on the side of paying attention? They literally cannot get what they want done because they're eating their own. Let's continue. This only gets worse as we go forward. Quote, "We're not going to incarcerate ourselves out of this," said State Senator Tom Sullivan, a Democrat, and one of the legislature's fiercest gun safety voices. Really? So one of the fiercest gun safety voices says, I'm not going to vote on a bill that's going to raise the felony or the penalty to a felony for stealing a gun out of a car because it'll put more people in prison. But I thought you were one of the leading voices of gun safety in the legislature. Do you see what I'm saying? Their positions and their platform pillars, they can't stand together. In one hand here, they're saying gun violence is a scourge and we need to do something about curbing it. And the way to do that is to infringe upon people's rights. But we can't actually raise it to penalty level because then that would put more people in prison, and we don't want that. You can't have your cake and eat it too. But anyway, let's continue. I got even more for you because now we get money value, and this is stupid. Like, stupid. The penalty for stealing a firearm in Colorado depends on how valuable the weapon is. Yeah, because that makes sense. Stealing a gun that's worth less than $300 is a petty offense, punishable by 10 days in jail. Gun theft becomes a felony and carries the possibility of prison only when the weapon is stolen is more than $2,000. So, a gun that's $300 is going to hurt someone less than a gun that's $2,000? Guys, this is a mockery. This is insanity, and it is really dumb. But listen to how they killed the bill. This is Democrats who killed this. Democrats, all right? The increased penalties were estimated to cost the state an extra $1 million to imprison those convicted. That stoked concerns among the Democratic majority on the House Judiciary Committee about putting more people in prison, particularly people of color. Who said anything about who was going to do it? It's not difficult. You steal gun, you face penalty. That's bad. That's larceny. Larceny bad. You do it, you go to prison. Or jail, depending on what you did. Apparently in Colorado, depends how much larceny you did. Is it grand theft larceny or just larceny? I mean, it's stupid because the entire point is the Democrats on the left are saying every single gun contributes to the scourge of gun violence and the epidemic of gun violence, unless it's a $300 gun. Well, then it doesn't. But if it's a $2,000 gun, oh, it does. You can't make this stuff up. It doesn't make any sense at all, and race has nothing to do with it. But the Democrats did kill it. To assuage those anxieties, the bill's main sponsors, Democratic Representative Mark Snyder and Republican Representative Ryan Armagost, amended the measure during its first hearing on February 14th, so that happened this week, to make it a Class 2 misdemeanor, punishable by up to 120 days in jail to steal a firearm valued less than $1,000. You see how weird this is with the sliding scale of dollar value? Anyway, they hoped by taking the new felony offense off the table and the prison term that accompanied it, the committee's Democratic majority would be persuaded to advance the bill. They killed it. The people who are sitting, and I'm going to reinforce this a lot, the people who are sitting there telling you they're all about gun safety and it's all about guns and guns are the problem and that's what the cause of the issue is, they're also the ones killing bills that would put people in prison for doing the very crimes that involve what they say is the cause. It does not make sense on any level across the board, but they are eating themselves on this because you're seeing it in different areas as well. It doesn't make sense. Show everyone this stuff and eventually it will sink in. This is rudimentary and dumb. And the last thing, here's the outcome. But watering down the bill didn't work. For me, this is a quote, just philosophically, it is hard for me to vote for any law that increases a criminal penalty without evidence as a direct link to a deterrent effect. Without evidence that we will see a decrease in people who are stealing firearms, a Democrat said during the bill's first hearing. Quote, of course, I want fewer instances of people stealing firearms, but he said stealing a gun would still be illegal whether or not the bill became law. Oh! Kind of like gun-free zones and sensitive places and criminals who have guns who skirt the background checks because they bought them on the street and they're still possessing guns because gun control is an abject failure. Kind of like that, or is that different again? Because what he just said was it's illegal either way, so what's the point of putting another bill in? I would point you to the ATF and the DOJ, who just made ghost guns illegal through executive fiat. They just made pistol braces illegal without any justification across the board at all. But that's okay. The hypocrisy is astounding, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this one. Let me know what you think, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.